All right, pretty soon this will be coming up. So today's going to be a ton of homework time, and you should be able to get a huge chunk of it done. Have you had a lot of homework so far, or not so much? Oh, good. Okay, it'll gradually pick up. At least in math, it gets harder and harder. It starts off pretty easy, and first semester pretty straightforward. Second semester is where it gets hard. So let's just enjoy the. Oh, shucks, I didn't turn on. Just enjoy it while it's easy, right? Makes me feel smart. Okie dokie. So, do you have set 2 out and a grading pen that's not black? All right. You have that pen in your hand, not your pencil, right? Okay. When you go to mark something that's correct, how do you mark it? Circle it in that color. It should already be circled in pencil to tell you where your answer is, but now you're circling it in color, therefore stating that you say that's right. If it's wrong, what should you do? Put an X next to the problem number, the answer, or the whole box? Whole box. Okay, the whole box. A big gigantic X. Here we go then. Let's move along. All right. Number 1. You should have a number line. You did not have to go by 5s. I went by 5. You could go by 2s. You could go by 10s, I suppose. But you should have some scale that goes beyond the numbers. So above 19 and below negative 11. Do you have that so far? Okay. Did you use 5s? What did you use? Oh, it did? Well, never mind then. Good job following the instructions. Okay. So you should have that scale shown below and the points above. And looking at left to right, do you have negative 11? Negative 5 is already shown, so I didn't write it again, although you could. 2, 6, and 19. Checkity check? Checkity check. For some reason, they went down. I don't know why. L to G, what do you reckon that stands for?
Least to greatest.
Least to greatest. You're so smart. All right, so negative 415 is the least. Then 145, then 154, then 451, then 514. Same kind of idea. By the way, if you're not sure, if you have a question, hey, what if I did this? Let me know, and I'll be happy to answer. On 3, does it go reading down on your work? 249, 294, 429, 924, 942. Check. Okay. Number 4 is where you're going to start grading some work. I told you yesterday how I wanted it done. I understand that you might have learned it differently, but when I say do it this way, I expect you to do it this way. So, first of all, when you round, you should have written the whole number. Did you write the number? Good. Oh, I wrote it for you. Good job. Did you circle the digit you were supposed to round to? So you do have a 2 circled. Okay. Did you then indicate where you were going to look by an arrow next to it? Okay. Now that's 7. Will it cause 2 to round up or down? Up. So what's above the hundreds above 270? 300. So I should have something like this. If you did not have the circle and the arrow, it is wrong. Mark it wrong. Yes?
My arrow goes up.
Yes?
It's 4.
Oh, that's a 4. I can't read my own writing. Thank you very much. That's a 4. Good job. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Any questions about what to grade, what to mark? Okay. Same kind of idea. The number was there for you. You are rounding to the thousands place, so you should have 1 circle. You should be looking at the digit next to it, which is a 5. 5 causes it to round up. If I round 1 up, I get a 2 in that place. So you should have 83,722,000. Basically, 1,525 is closer to 2,000 than it is to 1,000. All right. On this guy, which is kind of messy, but I think I'm circling the 2. Is that true?
Yeah.
And therefore, looking at the 3, 230,000 is closer to 200,000 than it is to 300,000. So you should have 415,200,000 for your answer. Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. Number 7 is some number with lots of spaces. I think it said a 9-digit number, so I wrote 9 spaces down. Then I put in stuff where they told me to. Did you get something like 777,727,757? Okay, same kind of problem. 8, they tell you it's a 7-digit number, so I put 7 spaces down. Put in the stuff they told me to. 3,634,733. 9, 107,047,020. What are you doing here? Did they give you words and you're writing the digits? What's the problem? Do you remember? Oh, no. All right, so do we all agree there? Check.
Yes.
By the way, do you have your name on this?
Yes.
Put your name on it, for Pete's sake. 10. Look at what these are. 10 is you're using digits to write words, so you should have 93, 462, 000, 47 to write that 93 billion number. Now the long ones, stinker. They give you the digits, you write in the words. So check your spelling, check your punctuation, mark it wrong if you have anything missing or spelled wrong. 731 hyphenated million, 284,000. 84 is hyphenated. Check your spelling on 80, E-I-G-H-T-Y, 84,000, 6. If you're missing anything or spelled something wrong, mark it wrong. 12, 903 million, 721 hyphenated, 1,000, 625 hyphenated. 13, 9 billion, 3 million, 1,000, 250 something, 6 hyphenated. 14, 7 billion, 234 million, 52, with some commas thrown in for fun. Flip it to the back, flip it to the back, here we go. 15 is some problem about math. You're going from expanded notation, which is all those parentheses, to a single number. Did you get 70,654?
Yes.
Did you, for 16, get 309,763?
Yes.
For 17, 9,609. Did you correct and grade all your odds already? Okay, don't forget, that's a big part of the job. It's not just crank it out. 18, you're going expanded, so it should be a single digit times a place value. 1 times the 100,000's place value, plus 9 times the thousands place value, plus 3 times the hundreds place value, plus 2 times 10's place value, plus 6 times 1. 19, 6 times 10,000's place value, 8 plus 8 times the thousands, plus 3 times 100, plus 1 times 10, plus 2 times 1. 20, 9 times the 100,000's place, plus 3 times the thousands, plus 1 times the hundreds, plus 6 times the tens, plus 2 times the ones, or units digit. Units digit, remember, is the ones digit. Okay, 21, adding money, you should have units. Do you have units? Is it dollars?
Yes.
Okay, did you get $228.58? Boom. Okay. 22, 21,041. Sounds good. 23, 219,258. 24, 331,233. 25, 213,820. 26, 230,251. 27, 1,036. By the way, these all require work. If you just have an answer there, I expect you used your calculator or something, so you should have shown work. Sorry, 27 is 1,036. 28 is 1,380. 29 is $17.32 centavos. And 30 is 13,697. Total up. How many you missed? Put the number missed next to the name box and pass it to the corner of your foursome, pointing them all the same unfolded way. Then get out your notes. Notes-y, 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 notes-y. How you doing, Al? There we go, right? Oh. How come that is? You guys, how are we doing? Are we rusty or is it going pretty well so far? Yeah. All right. Come on. Thank you. Mandy and Danny. Your handwriting, sir. Karen, Ricky, good job. How you doing, little pal? So you are Leo. Nico. Michelle. Are you Nico? Wayne. Wayne, put your name on your last name on your paper. So like your share or whatever. Who's that Brazilian soccer player? Anybody play soccer? He's one of the most famous soccer players in the world.
Neymar Jr., Messi.
No. Neymar, yeah, Neymar, that's it. See, yeah, you're not Neymar. Give me a whole name. All right. Did I get everybody's homework? All right. Would you put a date on this? What is the date? The 22nd. Wow, time is going really slow. 8/22. 17. Got it right this time. Booyah. All right. Set 3 is subtraction, which I'm not going to even do an example on. I'm just going to go to a practice problem. And missing number problems involving plus minus. Okay? Get that whole title down. I'll give you a minute. And now you'll know what this lesson's about when you go to use your notes. While you're writing that down, if you're absent, it is on you to go to my website and view the lesson, correct the homework, and get the notes down. You're not excused from all that. I will show you my website in a minute, just to make sure you see it, but you are still required to catch yourself up in your absence. All right, do you have that down? Okay, these are the big ideas of the notes I want you to get down. You're going to do guess and check right now, but later we'll do algebraically. And checking to make sure your answer makes sense is crucial. You don't need to write that down, but we'll verify, all right? Sometimes I get a student who had an elementary school teacher try and teach them the algebraic method, but they taught it wrong, so I just want to make sure. All right, we're going to do, so the plan is 2 examples, and then you do 5 practice problems to get the idea. That's new. We haven't done practice problems yet. I'll explain when we get there. Right now, you need to write the original problem down along with example 1. Did you write that down? Now, this technically is an algebra problem. You're solving for a variable or an unknown x. What is the x that makes that true? What x would make that actually equal 49? Now, again, later on we'll do this algebraically, but right now I want you to basically follow what possible choices could you make, choices to, and what to do. Really, if there's a subtraction problem, as far as what do I do with those 2 numbers, I really only have 2 choices. I could find this by either adding or subtracting. I wouldn't multiply them. That doesn't really make sense in a subtraction problem to start multiplying, right? I wouldn't. That's the lunch bell from the other class, obviously, the other lunch. I wouldn't divide them. Again, that doesn't have anything to do with subtraction. So when I say choices 2, the only thing I really have to choose between are should I add, should I add or subtract the 2 numbers? Okay? Now, don't do both, and that's just silly, that's a waste of your time. Choose based on what makes sense. Will you close that door for me, please? Okay. I could add them. Would it make sense to add those for an answer? If I add them to get my answer, would that be logical? Yes. Why not?
Because 49 is
What kind of number would I get if I added it?
a larger.
A larger number. And when I put that in, would it work? 72 minus some big number, would that equal 49? What kind of number would I get if I took 72 minus a bigger number? I'd get a negative, okay? So add would give me a big number, and that would, 72 minus a big number would be negative. So it seems like adding is a bad idea. So let's subtract. Subtract, yes. So, 72 minus 49 is what's going to make sense. When I do that, I'll get a smaller number. That seems to be logical. 72 minus a number, smaller number equals 49. So what do I get when I take 72 minus 49? Can I take 2 minus 9, or should I just reverse it and say 9 minus 2? How do you subtract in a case like this? You have to borrow a little bit. You have to say, all right, I'm going to take a 10 away and give 10 to that guy, making it 12. Now I can subtract. What's 12 minus 9? 3. And 60 minus 40 is 2 or 20. So my answer is x equals 23. Now in algebra problems, it's not just 23. Your answer is x equals 23. This is required. Make sure to include what you found. Your goal was to find x. You should say in your answer, x is 23, not 23. It's important because later on in multivariable calculus, you'll be solving for lots of variables, and just 23 doesn't say anything. What's 23? That's going to be important that you specify. All right? So, would you do one more example with me, and then we'll move along. Example 2. Some number minus 72, take away 72, leaves me with 49. Okay, this is also a subtraction problem. So, what two real choices do I have? It's got to be the same deal, add or subtract, okay? Add or subtract, okay? If I add, what kind of number would I get? A really big number, a bigger number than both of them. Would that make sense? A big number minus 72 would be 49. Yeah, it makes sense, okay? Adding makes sense, gives you a big number, and that makes sense. So we're going to do that. Now on the homework, you're not going to actually write add or subtract, big number makes sense. That's just for the notes, okay? That'll be what goes on in your brain in the homework. So if I add 72 plus 49, I get 121. So my final answer is x equals 121. And we end with, does that make sense? 121 minus 72. I'm going to take away 70, be about 50-ish. That's close to, so it seems like it's in the right ballpark. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Please end your problem with, does that make, end your problem with throwing your pencil around and then say, does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. This, then, is the deal. Pretty common in the homework, I didn't do this yesterday, but it's pretty common in the lesson that I teach you the lesson, how I want it done, and then I have you practice it a few times. Now, in terms of what to do, where to do this, you're going to do this in the notebook still. What you don't have to do, though, is in the practice problems, you don't have to write the original problem anymore. That's just what you do in your notes, so it's a good reference. You know the whole process. When you do a practice problem, you just do it like you would do the homework. You just start solving. So, for example, on practice A, label it, first of all, write practice, please, so you know what you're doing. This is, never mind, it's practice. Write practice. Okay, then label it A. But in terms of, you don't have to write it that way to start with. In a practice problem,
Or if that were the homework, you wouldn't write it that way and then rewrite it vertically. You would just go straight to vertically, right? So feel free to go straight to this. When you subtract with the decimal, what must you do? Line up the decimal. And now you're home free. Don't forget to put money on your finance, or you'll need to borrow here. All right. So do practice A, please, real quick. But not too quick. Did you get $27.17? Okay, perfect. All right. B. You don't have to write the original problem down, so I'll get you kind of started on B. As far as what I expect, please write B first of all, so at least your work is delineated between one problem and another. Now go straight to how you'd solve it. You don't have to write the original problem on practice problems, right? So just decide, what am I going to do? Do that, and answer, does that make sense? So go ahead and solve that. What did you do? Add or subtract? Subtract. When you subtract, what did you get? 349? And when you express your answer, you make sure you identify what you found, and that is A. So your work should look something like that with your answer and the variable. Are we good? Okay. Question. All right, try C. That says 123, by the way. It kind of got cut off. But. Okay, did you add or subtract? Subtract. Adding wouldn't make sense. It'd be a big number. And a big number, a really big number plus a number is not going to be a smaller number. So subtract. 522, take away 123. When you subtracted, what did you get? 399? That seems to make sense. 400-ish plus 120-ish would be 5. That seems to be logical. So K equals 399 is what I'll go with. It's a logical answer. All right, now let's get into a couple subtraction ones. They're a little different. Try D. The total number of monkeys was reduced by 364, and afterwards there were 376 left. How many monkeys were there to start with? Did you add or subtract? Add, okay. That would make sense. A big number take away 300-ish number would be 300, so it makes sense to add. 364 and 376, what did you get for a sum? 740 even? Okay, and did you express it with m equals? Don't forget that variable. I will count off. All right, and last but not least, this guy, E. That's not a decimal, by the way. Sorry. That's 741. ¿Listos ustedes? Anybody taking Spanish? Have you learned what listos means? No, it means are you ready? So, are we ready? Okay, I used to blow through this lesson and I realized that some elementary school teachers teach this wrong idea. Some elementary school teachers say you always do the opposite. Now, this was addition and we did the opposite, subtraction, and it worked. Here, this was addition, we did the opposite, subtraction, and it worked. This was subtraction, we did the opposite, in addition, and it worked. Should I add here? This is subtraction, should I add? Why doesn't adding work? I don't want a bigger number. If I take 741 minus an even bigger number, I'm going to get a negative. So that idea, although logical in a way we'll get to later, is not actually true in this case. So adding isn't logical, so we're going to subtract. When you subtract 741, take away 372, what did you get for a subtrahend? 316, and that variable was f. Okay, so the idea is when you're missing a number in an addition and subtraction problem, how to go about finding it, and you do it by just saying, all right, should I add or subtract, doing that accurately, and then finishing with, does my answer make sense, and then you're good. Would you open your book to page 13? Unlucky 13. Careful something doesn't happen to you as you're paper cut along the way. Terrible. Page 13. Nice 40. You guys look like that before you ask me. Have I already asked you that? All right. Page 13. What are you open to page 13, Liam? Come on, man. Did I ever get you? Oh, there you go. Okay. So you're on page 13. First of all, would you turn to the back before I let you go and start working, which I'll be happy to do. On the back, the top 4 upper left boxes, you see the upper left boxes? They all have this little triangle in them. See that? That says something, Mr. Carlson, we all use the same sheets, but we teach a little differently. I don't do the triangle. I don't teach it that way. I just don't, I wasn't taught that way. I don't do it that way. I don't like it. But if you are an 8th grader who had Mr. Carlson and you like the triangle, go for it. It's fine with me. I just don't do it. So you can ignore that little triangle is my point, I guess. It's nice little decoration. All right. That's it. You have 20 minutes to work. You should be able to get a good chunk done. I will be happy if you're having questions to answer anything you got. Let me know. I also definitely don't mind if you lean over and say, hey, what'd you get for 2? Or can you help me with 2? That's fine with me. Okay. Let me know how I can help.